The first thing is how your body betrays you without asking permission. I learned that at 85, sitting in my garden yesterday, realizing I couldn't stand back up without gripping my chair arms. The roses I planted 40 years ago still bloom every spring, but my hands shake too much now to cut them properly. I spent my life as an emergency room nurse, patching up broken bodies and calming panicked souls. 3 decades of 12-hour shifts, running on coffee and determination, thinking I understood what getting old meant because I saw it every day. But watching something happen and living it are worlds apart, like the difference between reading about rain and standing in a storm. My body betrays me in new ways each morning. The mirror shows a map of time I barely recognize, shoulders curved like question marks, skin paper thin and marked with memories. Last week, I tried to reach the top shelf in my kitchen, the one where I keep my good china. My arm wouldn't lift past my shoulder, just stopped, like a door hitting its chain lock. The teacups up there belonged to my mother. Now they might as well be on the moon. The medical books call it sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass. But they don't tell you how it feels to lose pieces of yourself, one small ability at a time. How your world shrinks with each thing you can't do anymore. The stairs you can't climb, the buttons you can't fasten, the grandchildren you can't lift. My doctor talks about age-related decline like it's a gentle slope. It's not. It's a series of small cliffs you fall from, each one taking something you thought you'd always have. I'm telling you this not to frighten you, but because someone needs to be honest about what's waiting at the end of all your busy days. The second thing is becoming invisible to the world around you. Last Tuesday at the pharmacy, I stood at the counter for 10 minutes while 3 staff members helped younger customers who came in after me. I wasn't angry. I was invisible, like a ghost haunting the aisles between the vitamins and the greeting cards. My voice has changed too. It's softer now, less certain. When I speak, people lean in with that patient smile, the one that says they're already thinking about what they'll do after this conversation ends. At the bank last month, the young teller spoke to my daughter instead of me, even though it was my account, my money, my question. I wanted to remind her that I ran an emergency room for 20 years, that I've saved more lives than she's had birthdays. The world moves faster now, or maybe I move slower. People rush past on the sidewalk, eyes glued to their phones, as if old age might be catching. Sometimes I want to stop them, tell them I used to walk that fast too, that I used to turn heads when I entered a room, that I danced at my grandson's wedding just 5 years ago. Instead, I step aside, clutch my purse closer, try to take up less space. My neighbor Helen died last spring. She was the last person who remembered me young, who knew the stories behind my wrinkles. Now when I tell stories about my past, people look surprised, as if they can't imagine I ever had one. The third thing is the cruel mathematics of outliving everyone you love. They don't warn you about how by 85 your address book becomes a ghost town. My husband Robert left first 7 years ago. A stroke took him while he was reading the morning paper. 1 minute he was complaining about politics. The next, silence. The kind of silence that fills a house like smoke. My best friend Margaret went next, then my sister Claire, then my younger brother James. Each loss feels like someone's torn a page from my story. The morning coffee calls stop. The birthday cards thin out. The Christmas dinner table shrinks. You become a curator of memories nobody else carries anymore. The time Margaret and I got lost in Chicago in '62, the way Claire snorted when she laughed. James's terrible jokes at every family reunion. The younger ones try to understand, but they can't. Not really. My granddaughter Sarah calls every Sunday, asks about my week. But how do I tell her that I spent Tuesday talking to her grandfather's empty chair? That sometimes I sat 2 places at dinner out of habit? That I still reach for the phone to call my sister whenever I hear a good piece of gossip? The cruelest part is that grief doesn't age with you. It stays fresh, like a photograph that never fades. My children worry when I talk about the dead. They think it's morbid, depressing. They don't understand that my memories are more alive than most of what happens now. That sometimes remembering is all that keeps me tethered to who I used to be. The fourth thing is living with the constant fear of your own floor. Fear becomes your constant companion at 85. Not the dramatic kind from youth, fear of failure, fear of rejection. No, this is the quiet fear of every step you take. I fell in the bathroom 3 months ago. Just a small slip, but it changed everything. Now every movement feels like walking on ice, every step a calculation of risk. My shower has those plastic handles now, the kind I used to install for my patients. My son David put them in after the fall, his face tight with worry. The same look I used to give my mother, though I didn't recognize it then. My beautiful clawfoot tub, where I used to soak with a good book, sits unused, too high to step over safely, too deep to risk. The stairs in my house have become mountains. I count them every morning, 15 steps between me and my morning coffee. I grip the railing like it's keeping me alive, because maybe it is. My bedroom's downstairs now in what used to be my sewing room. Another piece of independence packed away in boxes. The worst part is knowing one fall could end everything. My independence, my home, my choice to live alone. Statistics say 1 in 3 people my age will fall this year. I've started wearing one of those emergency alert necklaces, though it feels like wearing my fear around my neck, like admitting defeat. The fifth thing is watching your children become your parents. They speak in soft, careful tones, the same ones I used when they were small and frightened, but now I'm the one being soothed, being managed, being protected from my own decisions. Last month, David and Susan had what they thought was a secret meeting in my kitchen about Mom's situation. I sat in my living room, pretending not to hear them discuss assisted living facilities, in-home care, power of attorney. The same conversations I had about their grandmother 30 years ago. The circle closes, but I never expected to be on this side of it. My refrigerator is full of containers they've labeled with dates and instructions, as if I've forgotten how to feed myself. My pills come in little boxes marked morning and night. Though I dispensed medications to hundreds of patients in my career. They check my phone to see who I've called, my bank statements to track what I've spent, my calendar to monitor my appointments. Their love feels like a cage sometimes, built from worry and good intentions. I see the cost of my independence in the shadows under their eyes, the tension in their shoulders, the canceled plans when I need a ride to the doctor. I've become the thing I never wanted to be, a burden wrapped in birthday cards and Sunday visits. The sixth thing is how memory plays tricks on you at 85, but also brings an unexpected kind of peace. Not the big things. I remember my wedding day, my children's births, the smell of Robert's aftershave. It's the small things that slip away like water through cupped hands. Yesterday's breakfast, the name of my new neighbor, the reason I walked into the kitchen, each forgotten word, each misplaced memory feels like a warning bell. I watched my mother disappear into the fog of dementia, calling me by my sister's name, asking for her own mother who'd been gone 40 years. Now every time I forget something, I wonder, is this it? Is this where my story starts to unravel? But here's what they don't tell you about getting old. There's a strange kind of peace in it too. I don't worry about impressing anyone anymore. I don't chase after time like I used to. I sit in my garden and actually see the birds, hear the wind, feel the sun. The world slows down when you stop running through it. To those of you watching this, especially my dear ones who worry, I'm not afraid of dying. I'm afraid of living without dignity, of becoming a problem to solve instead of a person to love. Remember me as I was, but please see me as I am. And to the young ones, slow down, look at your parents, really look at them. Time doesn't ask permission before it changes them either. What memories are you making today that you'll want to hold on to tomorrow?